Hi everyone, my name is Danny, and this is going to be my review for The Nun 2018 movie. Just came out in theater. There are a bunch of movies this week, so I kind of wanted to fit in The Nun. It's about 12 o'clock where I'm at, but I felt like I wanted to do my review because I watched the movie, and I need to get going to bed and everything, but I wanted to give my thoughts while they're fresh. Everybody, this is my disclaimer, okay? There were 5 people at least in my theater just now, in a nice theater in a big metro town, late at night, seeing a scary movie. 5 people that were on their cell phone the whole time. The whole time. Makes me sick. I seriously... If I didn't have any self-control whatsoever, I just would have yelled out in the theater, "Get off your freaking phones." I mean, I wanted to say it. I wanted to scream it from the rafters. I don't know what is wrong with everybody and why we go to movies, but I seriously want a box at the back of the theater saying, "Deposit your phone if you're going to go see this movie and actually watch the movie." Because we are stuck to them when we're watching a movie. I don't get it. I don't get the point. Like, just watch the movie. Go to watch the movie. Alright. There's my minute rant. The next thing I want to rant about is the fact that I was really happy to go see this movie, and it ends up being a piece of crap. So, the point of this movie, The Nun, is that we're supposed to find out that there's some demon in the Conjuring universe. Obviously, there's a lot of demons that exist. But in the Conjuring world, there's this demon back in the day that kind of starts some legends and stuff that turns into the Conjuring series. And that's what this movie is about. It likes to dress up as a nun so it can infiltrate this nun abbey. And this girl that's not yet a nun, and this father that just shows up out of the blue and gets told by the Pope, or one of the cardinals or something, that he's going to take this case. We don't know any backstory on him. That might be in a sequel, heaven forbid. But that's kind of what the 2 main characters, they get sent to go figure out what's going on and kind of dispel of the demon and everything. So it ends up that, we saw this preview a million times. They've been pushing this movie like no other. And first couple times you see the preview and you see this big loud noise and this big fast thing come on screen, you kind of get scared. But after that, it's just kind of like, okay, I've seen this preview 10 times. I'm not scared by it anymore. And that's what happened to me when I went to go see this movie. Was that I wasn't really scared by anything because I knew what was coming. I knew what they were going to try to do, where they were going to try and have this big loud noise there, they're going to have something run across screen there, and it ended up being a lot milder than that. A lot of the times there were some different nuns being used, and they would just kind of walk across the path and stand there and then kind of disappear. Or, this demon would use a lot of tricks and make you see something, you turn around and nothing's there. And so it was kind of a tricky demon, and that ends up being the real fault of the movie, is that there's no real storyline other than at the end trying to dispel of the demon. So I don't really know what else was supposed to be going on, except for this French guy who's kind of involved, but he ends up being a little bit of importance, a little bit. He's a big help, that's for sure, but other than that, I'm not sure how we're supposed to feel about these pre-stories. We're running out of so many ideas in this world that they can only just go backwards and backwards and make all these pre-tales. And I was excited to watch this. I'll be very, very honest. I was like, wow, good. A really scary movie. Conjuring universe. I'll be really excited to go see it. And I sat through the whole thing with all these people on their phones, and I was expecting some good things. I saw some good things. It tries to be funny. My theater, at least, was like intrigued by this because they kept snickering, kind of laughing. So, I mean, it knows how to tie people into it and keep them interested, but that's about it. I can't praise it for anything, but I don't want to bash it either because we all know what happens, you know. Either this plays a really big, important part of some other movie, or they use this because they wanted to tell the story about the nun, and then that's going to end up playing a part of another movie. So it's just a pre-story. I mean, we all know everybody was going to survive. We all knew that the demon was going to get dispelled somehow, some way. All this stuff that happens at the end is really impressive, and we knew it was going to come, and that's how the Conjuring movies work. You know, eventually, at the end, you know, this lady needs to go into people's dreams or thoughts or whatever, and I mean, it all leads up to the end. So I was fine with that fact, that the movie was kind of boring along the way, because I knew what was coming. I knew what the feel of a Conjuring type of movie would be, that, you know, it all comes to fruition at the end. That's fine. But it just didn't seem to really matter. And the really thing that bugged me, I don't know if anybody else caught this, but we actually learned the demon's name. And every other time, in every other movie that we've ever seen, when you know a demon's name, you use that against them. That's kind of the rule. And why they just mention this demon's name to the audience, and then they don't use it against it in any sort of manner or fashion, whatever. It's just kind of like, what are you doing? You're breaking the rules of the world, you know. You're supposed to, you know, let us know, you know, what the name of the demon is, and then say it a bunch of times to use against it. It's supposed to weaken it. It's just the rules. So that's it for me, I guess. I'm not gonna be as terrible to this movie as some people are. I just know what it is. I know it's, you know, I know it is what it is, and the pre-story and all that. I never think that the first of a series is the worst movie ever. Like, it happens every once in a while, but usually, you know, they're the first, they're original. So I think if I ever see another movie of this kind, or if I see another Annabelle or another Conjuring, you know, whatever else they make, I don't want to be thinking that that's going to be so much better because this was so bad. So I'm going to give this a C rating, but I know a lot of people out there are going to probably give it an F. It's really bad, and people are bored, and people don't really care, and they checked out about halfway through with all the fake scares. So, but I'm going to give it a C because I honestly think it could get worse. I'm totally telling you, whatever people tell you that they hated about The Nun, it can get worse. It always can get worse. It doesn't always get better, but it can get worse. So, thanks a lot, guys. A C for The Nun from me, Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.